Mornings are tough, huh?
Not anymore. Keith and Friends, 8 a.m. sharp.
Forget cuffing season. This summer, it's all about the long ball. And we're not talking baseball, boys. No, we're talking the balls. Jimmy, let's get after it. Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends is starting right now. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where
when something negative comes up.
Building muscle improves blood flow.
From squirting to squirreling.
Start small, build up, and expand from there.
Be entertained by fun over here.
How have I slept? Has my sleep been good? That's
What doesn't come from breaking the rules, you guys? Yeah, so I don't know where I am right now because all my cameras are screwed up. So I'm just going to figure this out for a quick second, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. And I actually can't see anything right now. So just bear with me for a quick second. Yeah, so what am I on, Jimmy? I'm on the main camera over here, right? So, hey, everybody, what's shaking? Good morning, everybody. I actually see nothing right now. So, hey, Jimmy, can you run that opener for a quick second? I got to get out of here for a quick minute. So, guys, give me 1 second. Jimmy, run that opener. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where
when something negative comes up.
Building muscle improves blood flow.
From squirting to squirreling.
Start small, build up, and expand from there.
Be entertained by fun over here.
How have I slept? Has my sleep been good? That's
What doesn't come from breaking the rules, you guys? No, I'm not a real human. Duh. Who would try to pass off AI as real? Wait, why am I even here? Oh, right. The hat. Look at that thing. Isn't it the best fucking hat you've ever seen? Well, it's for sale. True story. Gotta warn you though, it kind of looks different in real life. I tried my best, but I just couldn't make an exact copy of the real thing. Don't roll your eyes at me. I am human made, and fuck knows you lot aren't perfect. So why should I be? True story. Go check out the hat. It's awesome. Link in the comments.
You watching in this and still not calling? What are you waiting for, brother? That line's open, chat. 1-431-300-3005. Text it. Call it. Leave a damn voicemail if you gotta. I check every one. No excuses. You got something to say? Say it. 1-431-300-3005.
What's up, brother? How are you? I'm realizing too, somebody moved my table. Shit, I came in and sat down and the camera was right here. I'm trying to get my shit straight too. Shit. Look at that. Did Sullivan say he was getting up at 3? How to be? Yeah, he came on the show. Correct? He was this fit presenter, correct? Oh God, I'm Jesus Christ. Oh, you know what, dude? It's got my hold on, it's got my
All right, we're having a little bit of technical issues this morning here on Mornings Live with Keith and Friends, the only morning show to help you guys get up and get after it every single day here in the show. But as you guys know, we are all about doing things that others don't do, and sometimes when you have technical difficulties, you still deal with it. So whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, we are getting after it here on the show, and this is what we do every single day here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John. We got John Petricelli joining us bottom of the hour, guys. He's back, the bullshit guy. Why? Not to deliver bullshit. We're going to spend some time talking about the Mornings in the Lab community today. Yes. It's funny because Petro came to me last week. Uncle Rico came to me yesterday, actually, and said, hey, I got some ideas. And I'm like, yeah, I got some ideas, too. And they kind of merged together. So we're going to spend some time at the bottom of the hour talking with Petricelli, talking the community, and really kind of throwing the tennis ball over to you guys so that we can build this community collaboratively. All right, so Keith and John, think of us as the foundation, but what we're building here is a community. So I really want to talk about tools, talk about building something here spectacular with all of us, and getting after it every single day here at 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, so I'm remembering now, brother. I'm just, dude, my workout yesterday was so good. It's like, holy shit, yesterday was like, it was an amazing workout, but it was almost like I never totally recovered. It was one of those. Like, holy shit. Oh, it was good.
What did you get after yesterday?
I did basically squats and pull-ups.
Yes, couple good combos. Right?
Yeah, when I was doing regular pull-ups to squats, then back to underhand pull-ups. Holy Christ! Yeah, then a little bit of arms at the end because I'm training every other day, so I do a little bit of arms at the end of every workout.
Oh, okay.
Oh man. Yeah, almost. I got the sensitive skin. That's how hard I shock the body.
Sensitive skin. I love that. Do you get that? Does that happen to you often?
That means I really pushed myself. The central nervous system took a little bit too much of a beating.
Yeah.
But it was fun, man. I couldn't stop. I was like, I'm breathing. I feel good. It's like I wanted to do more. I was like, dude, you are already cooked. Go eat.
That's all. So, sorry, I'm just a little distracted. I'm just gonna get myself organized here. What did you? Is that just like a random lift you do, or is that something you do organized, or how does that work for you?
You know, I knew it was going to be a deep cheek day.
Okay,
and someday it's just kind of like right now. The last few times I've done legs, I've just felt like I've been doing legs. Excuse me. Like a squat deadlift combo with back in there, because if you're doing deadlifts, back fits perfectly.
Yes.
And I was like, well, fuck, let's just make this a little different. You know, I'm always about doing different shit. So I was like, let's leave the deadlifts behind. Let's just, squat. But then if you're doing a pull up first, your back's already fatigued. So then when you're in there setting your back, it's like a whole, because on a deadlift, you put it down, your back gets relaxed.
Yes.
Put it down your back. On a squat, that tension never comes away.
No.
Oh, so I really set my upper back deep. So I was just, that's what's got me is the upper back. Holy shit, it's good.
I'll tell you something, man. Since I was, it's got to be an age thing, brother, because I find myself with my lifts these days super intentional with my feeling of everything.
Yeah.
Like, and it's funny because I got to be honest, man. It's like, I know we all have our ego, but I'm like, okay, I want to put a little bit of ego aside today and drop down and wait. And I'm going to really focus on feeling this movement. And I know it sounds so obvious to you. I'm not sure but it's incredible when you create that intentional awareness within that movement, and slow it down, the movement in, movement out, and create that time under tension. Man, you do not got to be heavy.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, like yesterday I squatted with no belt.
Oh yeah.
So I was setting my core the whole time. And when you train not in a public space, it's easier to realize, okay, what do I need to do to get the work in? Thinking what's going to be the most efficient, what's the safest, versus if you're It's just the way that, at least for me, of course, I've spent so many years being the guy lifting the big weights in the gym.
Yeah.
That's still in me.
Yes. Well, sure it is. Absolutely. Well, it's funny, man, because I had legs day yesterday too, and I got under the squat rack, and I was doing some heavier weight than I normally would yesterday, but I was feeling good at it, and I was like, yeah, I kind of looked at my license, looked at my age, I'm like, fuck yeah, I feel pretty good, right? Because I can, and again, not about trying to hurt myself or be ridiculous, just this idea of feeling strong, right?
Yeah.
And then going to the kitchen, eating good food, and then feeling strong again. And I'll tell you, for me, that has to work. If I'm eating shitty and lifting, it doesn't work. I'm like, it's like I'm wasting my time. So when I'm dialed all in, right now I'm dialed in, man. I'm dialed in big time. I got my routine in shape and everything. So let's set the show up here today. I want to tease it. I got myself organized now, Jimmy. I got myself organized, so I'm going to tease it up here.
What was it? What was the issue?
So you know what happened is that I got my browser started, and then all my windows. So the show started, and I clicked the button. All the windows left. So
Just started shutting down.
Well, I'm looking at my screen, and all I have is desktop. And I use Arc browser, and I'm like, where did the browser go? And all I can hear is the music playing, and then I can hear and I actually saw nothing. So I'm in the menu bar here, and it's like show all windows. I didn't see anything. So I'm like, okay, I guess I got to shut it down. So kudos to Jimmy. I'm like, Jimmy, run the opener again. So he ran the opener again, and that's what you get. And hey, what did we talk about yesterday, brother? Was it perfection or progress? Just say,
bottom line, you got in the bird. The bird was in the air, and there was a malfunction with the rudder, but you found a way to keep it up in the air.
Boom, boom, boom. Exactly. Hey, we're talking, Johnny, the summer of the long ball. Have you ever had long balls?
What? What are you talking about?
Well, the chafing, and so men sometimes have like this.
Are you talking about like when a dude gets like 85 years old and his nuts fucking hang down lower than his shaft? You ever seen one of them dudes in the gym? It's like a miniature version of a bull, man. Those things are it's like hangs like a full 2 feet down.
Men describe the sensation of summer long balls of swelling, increased perspiration, and the hanging sensation, Johnny, sometimes to the point where the anatomy contacts the toilet water, or the sweat causes the scrotal skin to stick to the thigh, dubbed the bat wing.
Well, in that case, you got to wear a pair of drawers that you can fucking keep some sort of cloth between your leg and your scrotum. I mean, if it's hanging down and getting the water, I got nothing for you.
Well, this was part of that clip that I dropped yesterday. I made that short, and you saw that I made a fun nation. If you guys saw the short I dropped on our channel last night, I made a little short with myself and Johnny AI, and my mom showed up into the clip there. And then
there was one little period in there where it looked like you truly had me talking.
You were talking, motherfucker. You were.
Well, I mean, you could see there was the AI one, and then there was the one where you somehow had me talking, but it was generated, or no, was that truly me?
No, that's all generated, man. None of that was you.
No shit.
That's John AI. Yeah. So to those of you paying attention, just pay attention to some of the words that I'm saying. John AI is out there. We got Keith AI. We got Gladys AI. We have Brain AI. We may have the Mornings family coming to life, John Anderson, along the way here. So having some fun with that. But we're going to talk some summer balls, man. The long ball. We're going to have a conversation about that if we haven't had it already. But yeah, the summer long ball, guys, it happens. It's when those varicoses are implicated in about 40% of cases of male infertility. It's prolonged heat exposure, Johnny, is what causes the summer long ball. And then dehydration and lifestyle, right?
Dude, this is a problem that anybody that works out on a regular basis in a warm environment has just let go behind them. This is like if this is a concern of the everyday man, he needs to fucking toughen up a little bit.
Well, listen, there are some. This apparently has been the summer of the long ball because it's so hot.
But who's bitching about this? Who are the subjects? People out there kicking ass are not complaining about stuff like this.
Well, this is
the motherfuckers that are saying, they're taking some of my, when I used to buy this bag of Cheetos, there was more in there. Now it charged me more and I have less Cheetos. That's the guy that's complaining about this fucking long ball thing.
Now there's how come when I bought this bag of Cheetos last month, there was 38 grams less than what there is?
Yeah, well, fuck, man. If I paid it $1 more and there's less junk in here, what's going on? And then he goes on his long ball rampage.
Oh, it's true, man. It's true. There's people like that are out there that are out there doing their thing with the long ball, warm ball. Hey,
or you know what? He's the guy that walks up to the fucking counter at the 7-Eleven with a fucking Coke, gets a pack of cigarettes, asks for some lottery tickets, and then complains to the clerk about the long ball syndrome.
Well, Sullivan, do you have long ball?
We've profiled these motherfuckers right here. We've already profiled them.
Mike Sullivan says, thank you, everyone. I actually lived in San Francisco during my youth, but I'm in San Diego now. I find that each activity is like a strand that turns eventually into a strong cable and allows one to stick to anything long term. Yes, exactly. That's exactly. Good morning, Spartacus. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab. Good to see you in the community this morning. We are talking community here on the show. We have the bullshit guy, John Petricelli, joining us at the bottom of the hour. Hey, Johnny, so you get tarantulas wandering around your yard there in California or down in Mexico ever?
What tarantulas?
Yeah,
Mexico. Yeah. Sometimes they're fucking big too.
Wow, I'm telling you, man. We're gonna get into a little bit later in the show here.
Are they real truly dangerous? Or they just look dangerous?
No, well, listen. Tarantula mating season is here, and it's wilder than you've ever imagined. It's crazy.
You know what? Forgive me. It's not a tarantula. It's a scorpion. Is what we have.
Yeah, or even black widows, I'm thinking too, right? Yeah, well, tarantula is causing a major issue right now across North America, especially the United States. So I got a little subject to throw on the table for that one later on in the show here today, because they are all over the place. And I've seen it in the news. And since we're going to talk a little more current event stuff here on the show, I've seen it everywhere. So we'll talk a little bit about tarantulas too. And like I said, we got John Petricelli joining us at the bottom of the hour. He dropped something funny with me yesterday, Johnny. We're going to have some fun with the bullshit guy, because I really want to spend some time emphasizing and getting our community engaged here. I spent some time yesterday, Johnny, researching YouTube and the changes happening in YouTube. I'll talk about that a little bit in the show here and some of the changes happening in the social media world. And Johnny, especially on the YouTube side of things, I cannot emphasize enough how YouTube today is not YouTube yesterday. Like it's changing rapidly and pretty much leaning into community.
Dude, if you started a channel 10 years ago, it's very different than if you're starting one today.
Oh, brother,
totally different world. You know what I mean?
So different, man. So different. Mingy Jim loves big women. Good job, Mingy Jim. Good to have you here in the community as well. Morning in the Labs, keeping John here. Good morning, B Drive. Good to have you there, brother. Good to see you in the comments as well this morning. Appreciate your patience while we're getting after it. And then, guys, we're also going to talk about how your thoughts can control you. Yes. How your thoughts can control you, get a break free from those mental chains, unlocking tips to regain control over your thoughts and mindset. It's kind of a theme of conversation this week. And I know that, what, goddamn it, because you know how it is, eh? And you have
I just realized I didn't fucking pee before I sat down. So my pee schedule's fucked up. You're going to have to cut me loose here in a minute. Normally, I always pee right before I come here so that I can get our schedule. I missed that. I don't know how.
Well, so we both were all turned around this morning for the first few minutes around the top of the hour. Mini Jim, you're a handsome man. Yes, we are. I just liked and subscribed. Thank you for that, Johnny. When you got to get up and go for that break, you just go ahead and do that.
Yeah, let me get it out of the way now.
Yeah, you do that. So, Jimmy, we're going to get Johnny out of here, guys. We're going to talk about controlling your thoughts and how to break free with them. I don't know about you guys, but it's funny because sometimes when I don't get that sleep in, I get up and I my thoughts control me. Spartacus, I know quite a few people that allow thoughts to control them. It's true, man. You wake up and those if you let that one thought, it's one thing I will credit Johnny for changing much of my mindset around how those negative thoughts can creep in. And now listen, I am not a negative dude at all, frankly, to start with. I'm not. I like to have fun with negative energy and make fun of it because I think maybe it attracts part of my comedic effect, and I use the word the theater, Spartacus. But man, you get up and you get a bad thought in the morning, that thing could just fucking take off. Oh, speaking of fucking, I forgot to tell you guys it's an R-rated show. YouTube made a change yesterday too. Johnny can hear us. Hey, so they used to penalize you if you swore in the first 7 seconds. They would demonetize you, or they're like, no, you can't say that. So now, in the first 7 seconds, you can say fuck, bullshit, shit. You can just swear all you want. So we just might have to turn the dialing up on the swearing on the show. But all joking aside, this is an R-rated show, and I forgot to tell you guys that at the beginning while I was fumbling through the buttons here. So the thoughts can control you. We're going to talk about that, and maybe talk about some ways we can get beyond that experience. I know what I do in the morning. I know what Johnny does, and we're going to talk about how to control those thoughts first thing in the morning, guys. Also, AI emotional attachments. I'll tell you right now, Roofy. Mornings, I'm sorry, Kindness Rising, 7:30 Eastern time. Matt Roof this morning talked about AI and how AI is weaving its way in the world, and this is true. Yes. Just a guess, not safe for work. No, this is not a safe for work show. Well, it is if your boss doesn't mind swearing, because we like to drop some R-rated shit here. So I do welcome you to just blast this in the studio, blast it in Jim, and just tell people it's an R-rated show. You know, Jimmy, maybe we actually want to put some graphics on our show. It just shows we are an R-rated show. Spartacus. So I'm leaning into AI big time, for sure we are, and you guys can see it here on the show. I figure if you can't beat them, you can join them. So we're doing that big time here on the show. But what we're going to talk about is there are folks that are getting emotional attachments. Are you feeling for your AI chat companions? Are they real? We're going to dive into some fascinating new worlds of artificial intimacy and how people are spending time getting intimate. And intimacy, I'm not talking about, masturbating, jerking off, having sex with your AI. I'm talking about purely conversation and sharing your deepest thoughts. And actually this last week here where, Sam Altman and the gang are on their ways to hopefully change law, because right now, if ChatGPT is subpoenaed, they have to reveal the stuff you're saying. Unlike if you sit down with a therapist or a lawyer, you have that client confidentiality sensibility happening. In the AI world, that is not there just yet. So if you're sharing shit with your AI and you decide to do something bad and the cops get involved, you might find yourself in a little bit of trouble looking at your notes. So just an awareness on that. And then, Johnny, I know you're grabbing a piss right now, but I have a full body workout that folks might be ignoring. I've got to be honest with you guys. I suck at it. We're going to talk about it in the show. I absolutely suck at the full body workout that we're going to talk about. But for those of you near the water, hint, 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 hint. For those of you near the water, you guys might enjoy that full body workout. With that, we're going to drop in the show here as well. Bernard, one of our community members. Bernard's driving the community, man. Bernard, you know my feelings about you, man. I'm a big fan of yours, and you guys. I invite you guys to check out Bernard's community, the B Drive community, over on YouTube. He's helping us grow the community here over on. Awesome, Jimmy. Let's bring him in here. I'm excited that we got Bernard here, on the mornings in Lobby. What's going on there, Marty? And what's going on, brother? Good to have you in the
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
I'm good.
How are you?
I'm good. And then we're going to talk some peak meals for peak brain performance. I know a bunch of you guys here in the community have been curious about what we're eating, what folks are eating. I did find some recipes. Holroyd, ears up, brother. I know you've been curious about getting Johnny and Terry in the kitchen and working on that. Lady Drew, I see you there. I see you there in the comments, and you look like you've been having some technical issues as well. So we're gonna talk about food here as well on the show, and then trends, social media trends. Man, we got a big show here today. Even though we did have a guest. We had Sero, who's going to join us in the show today, but he had some technical issues as well. I didn't have a laptop, so he cannot join us on the show today. So instead, we got John Petrocelli, not lesser than, if not equal, if not better. We're going to talk community with John Petrocelli coming up on the show here. But let's catch up with Marty. What is going on, Mr. Christopher Martin?
Nothing much, man. Just working, Had a good weekend. Went to a couple cookouts. Got some orange watermelon, yellow watermelon,
really,
pink pineapples. Yeah,
it's
pretty good too.
Orange watermelon. I've never heard of orange watermelon before.
It's pretty good too.
Really,
Johnny, what's up, Mark?
What's up, Johnny?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, I
Heard
was
something
telling
about orange
you know what I
watermelon?
said? Yeah. I was telling
What the hell
Keith
is
about
that?
mine. Come on, man, some good fruit, man.
I've never heard of orange watermelon before. True story, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, Johnny, you had orange watermelon, Johnny?
I've never seen one.
No.
It looks like a regular watermelon. It's just orange on the inside, or yellow on the inside, because I got both.
Oh yeah, no kidding, no kidding. No, and what other color did you say?
Pink pineapple.
Pink pine. That can't be real. That's got to be that's got to be.
Yeah, they got to be changing the colors here somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is like birthday cake. They make some of the icing green.
Yes. I'm thinking so too. We got B Drive coming in. It's the orange watermelon non-GMO. I'm curious about that as well. Spartacus, yeah, I see your comment there. You're talking about yeah, true, but I try to be on the old school world as much as possible. What's funny, guys, because if you guys see any of the marketing we're creating, and we're leaning in. I'm leaning very much into the '90s vibe, the '90s vintage vibe, weaving it into some of the 2025 world we live in. So we're having some fun with that. And then I got Spartacus coming back with there are many students creating AI theosis using AI. Not sure how that makes them more intelligent. Well, I'll tell you, Spartacus, ChatGPT released today study mode. So in the last 24 hours, ChatGPT OpenAI launched a brand new product called Study Mode, which encourages kids to study instead of giving them the answers. So that's a nice little migrationary situation happening.
Yeah, can you imagine having an AI in today's times? You never fucking learn a thing.
Well, I think you learn different things, Johnny. I think you learn different things, don't you?
If I had AI when I was dealing with my troubles, I wouldn't be who I am, because I had to develop that work ethic and that problem solving skill. And that problem solving skill wasn't asking someone for the answer. Like if I asked my mom, she could have been my AI per se. She wouldn't fucking give me the answers.
They didn't have OpenAI when I was in college, which was about 10 years ago or so.
Yeah.
But they had like Spark Notes, Cliff Notes, and they definitely had resources. Quizlet. So it's like I don't know if they had anything when y'all were in school, but they always got something.
Cliff Notes have been around for a while.
Yeah, okay. Cliff Notes too, Cole's Notes. Yeah, and we got Spartacus coming up saying back in school there's no calculators were allowed. Oh, Spartacus grew up with the what was that called, what's that marble thing that with the syllable? No, what was that thing called? You Johnny,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know you.
What
know
is it?
Marty. You know, Johnny, that marble thing that went across there and you counted the marbles. It was like a pre-calculator.
Oh, I can picture it, but I don't remember the name.
Yeah. Hey, community, what the hell is that? Spartacus, what the hell is it called, man? It was, is it an abacus? No, I don't think it's called is it an abacus, Bernard? Yeah, okay, abacus. Okay, thanks, everybody.
Yo, I don't even know what you're talking about, Keith.
Yeah, he could have said abacus. Well, dude, he could have said abacus, and I wouldn't have known what it was.
Jimmy, let's get the center stage with John Petrocelli. Maybe he knows what the abacus is, so we can talk about the mornings in the lab community. That's
a good question for the guest. Do you know what main question, not morning routine? Do you know what an abacus is?
Or we're just gonna bullshit him. We're just gonna bullshit Petrocelli when he shows up. Jimmy, let's throw to her, bro. Let's get after it. What's going on, John Petrocelli, the bullshit guy? How are you, brother?
Hello.
How you doing,
He's back.
John?
What's up, brother?
Hey guys.
What's going on?
Welcome back.
Oh, he's back already?
He's back already. Yeah, he's back already. Hey, so do you know what an abacus is? Did you grow up using an abacus, Petrocelli?
I never used one. I played with the more interesting toys in the box, but,
but at least you knew what it was. But you knew what it was. That's better than most. Yeah. You know?
Marty and Keith are wondering what the other toys in the box were, John. We really want to know, what were the other toys?
Sickos. Sickos.
Yeah, He-Man, G.I. Joe.
Oh, yes. Well, you know, Holroyd was cleaning out his closet last week. I know you were cleaning your closet at Holroyd, and he found his Hulk Hogan rubber doll that fell off the box.
I had a Hulk Hogan doll, too.
You did, too? Oh.
Yeah.
You remember Stretch Armstrong? You could pull that fucker like 25 feet. Remember that?
I didn't have that one.
Johnny, did you have a John Anderson doll? I'm not being serious right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Not very long, though.
Oh, nation, we all have to. Hey, so everybody in the morning.
That's crazy.
We're moving our conversation to the community. Community, we have a job to do. We need to go find the John Anderson doll, and we need to bring the John Anderson doll back to life and bring it part of our community.
My shirts would be easier to find than that. We had in Japan, we basically had shirts, and we had like sweat neck towels. Those were big sellers. But it was like but at them, it's like not a short thing. It's probably like, to have one of them framed at my gym is probably, 6 feet, 5 feet across. It's a different, they almost, I don't know, maybe a sweat towel is the wrong word. They use those around the neck a lot there.
So Marty Petricelli, before we get into it, guys, we kicked off the show. John and I had a couple technical difficulties, but we kicked off the show. It's the summer of the long ball. Have you guys been experiencing long ball situations, Johnny, Marty?
We've already established the long ball person is the profile of that I'm not near that profile of person.
I'm not talking to you, Anderson. I'm talking to Petricelli.
I was going to say, you got a short fucking memory, dude. Jesus Christ.
Petro and Marty, have you had long ball problems this summer?
Not so
Say
far.
no.
No.
Say that out of baby.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like something that I'm associated with, so I'm going to say no.
John, Marty's just going to say no.
Yeah.
Well, see, if you're complaining about long ball syndrome, then you're also fucking complaining that you never win when you scratch your lottery tickets, and the fucking price of cigarettes went up, and why are there so many fucking Diet Cokes in the 7-Eleven? The fucking Cheetos cost $1 more, and there's less in the bag.
Yeah.
And then when you're done bitching about all that, then you bitch about long ball.
Yeah, I ain't got time for that.
That's the profile of the person we're talking about.
I had another situation in 7-Eleven where someone took all day with the lottery ticket and just had me waiting in line forever. Yeah, I had another situation like that.
I hate that. Well, listen, let's get into our chat with John Petricelli. John and I were talking yesterday, and Johnny was like, hey, I got an idea with some stuff. And I was like, well, I got some idea with what I'm working on as well. And we converged on today's conversation. And today's conversation is around the Mornings in the Lab community and really all about you guys out there in the community. And John has been kind enough to say, yeah, I'd like to be involved in that with you guys. So John makes great content. And John dropped a couple pieces of content for me yesterday that I thought we could have some fun with and we can introduce to the community as much as anything to show you guys what we can do together. So before we get into the community and Jimmy brings it up on stage here, let's just do a quick introduction to John Petricelli. Johnny, where are you joining us from today, brother?
I'm in Cornelius, North Carolina today.
Yes, and you are the bullshit guy.
Yep.
Bullshit guy. Give us a quick little synopsis. Last week you were here. You are a professor of bullshit, Johnny.
Yeah, I study bullshit and why it happens, conditions that people might refrain from it. It's a big problem that most people think is harmless.
Yes. Yes.
But there's very few things that shape beliefs and opinions, attitudes more than bullshit. And there's nothing more important than what you believe to be true in decision making. So,
yes, isn't that?
I'm committed to trying to change that, trying to change the communicative culture, sort of raise awareness of the problem, and to try to change change how people communicate.
So then John came to me yesterday and said, hey, I'm working on some cool stuff. He was on the show last week. We've been staying in touch, talking about doing some things together. And John Petricelli tells me about his pseudonym, his alter ego, the creator side of him. So Christopher Martin has C. Marty Fit, John Anderson is John, Billis is me, and Petricelli has a
you only get one me. There's no two me's.
And John Petricelli is Uncle Rico. Uncle Rico, you are.
Yeah,
it sounds like a porn star director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, now Johnny's mind is in the gutter.
Yeah, I didn't know where that nickname had come from first when I was nicknamed. So from 5:30 to 6:15 throughout the week, I am known as Uncle Rico. That's my workout nickname through F3, and F3 is a peer-led, free fitness group that meets at 5:30 in the morning, and it's kind of probably hiding in every neighborhood and community that we live not only the United States, but even globally. And it's a bunch of guys that get up, and it's usually boot camp workouts in the mornings. And after your second workout, you get a nickname.
There you go.
And I didn't really know where Uncle Rico was coming from, because I thought maybe just I would get Rico because I had a cousin that played with the Red Sox for 13 years. And I thought, okay, well, that's where they're getting the Rico, but I didn't understand the Uncle Rico thing. So I didn't even know who Uncle Rico was, who they were referring to, but they took that from the Napoleon Dynamite movie character, Uncle Rico.
Yes, kindness rising.
Oh, okay. That makes better sense now. Yeah. Uncle Rico was that fucking dude that drove the van, correct?
That's it.
Yes,
That's it.
yes. But yeah, and you didn't know. At the time, I don't think the guys even really knew what I did, my day job. They knew I was a professor, but they didn't know what my research was. And there's really not a bigger bullshitter than Uncle Rico, So sort of the quintessential bullshitter. So the name was so fitting. They didn't even know it at the time. But.
What's up? Batshit Crazy? I see you there in the comments. And Spartacus is commenting on Johnny's cigar. Man, that cigar looks great. He is jealous. Yes. And kindness rising. You're right. Napoleon Dynamite. So Uncle Rico comes to me actually and says, hey, I've made some content. So I'm like, oh, this content can be a way for us to illustrate how we want to grow the Mornings in the Lab community and lean into the business of what we're building here. And if you guys would have heard what I said a number of minutes ago, YouTube is changing, and it is changing rapidly. If you're building a channel, if you're leaning into strategies from 10 years ago, you're not getting anywhere. They are moving very rapidly into the world of community. And what we are doing is working hard and aggressively to grow and build the community here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends right here on the show. So true story. There's a brand new tab, and they're pushing it more than ever on the YouTube channel, and it's called the Community Channel. Jimmy, if you can pull it up here for us, that'd be great. And they also have a channel called Posts. Now, everybody out there, Spartacus, What's Up, Kindness Rising, B Drive, I'm inviting all of you guys to start posting to the community. And what I wanted to do today is illustrate how we can do that collectively. Now, there's a video up there, and that video is from Uncle Rico. That video is from Petricelli. Jimmy, let's play that video, and let's have a little chat about it so John can kind of share the story behind the video, and then we're going to keep talking about it. Oh, look, and there's even an ad, too. Look at that. So someone's making some money from those. But I'm hoping that we can let's go, Jimmy. Here we go.
Inspired by Uncle Rico. Back in '82, Coach would always say, Rico, you got to run the play we call. But I think he had it backwards. Life's more like when you're quarterbacking. Sometimes you got to throw the ball away and live to fight another down. The real tragedy isn't missing the touchdown. It's spending 30 years in the huddle. Yankees under 12.5, A's over 7.5, White Sox over 6.5, odds plus 113.
All right, so there you go. So there's a little post from Uncle Rico that I posted today on the YouTube channel on behalf of Rico, but you guys can as well. And Mike, you're right. I actually looked into that, and it only seems available on the YouTube phone app, not on the desktop, laptop version of YouTube. So there's some truth to that. So YouTube is rolling this out, and they're doing it a little bit.
What is it? There's YouTube that you only for the phone.
So there's YouTube on the phone, right? So we're doing a little bit of teaching here. So on the YouTube mobile app, guys, and I'm this is really serious because we're talking.
Who's that guy that just popped up?
Yeah. So if you guys open up the YouTube app, and if you guys open the YouTube app and you see there on the top button on our channel, you're going to see a thing called Visit the Community. Now, if you guys click on Visit the Community, it's going to take you to our feed. Now, what I'm inviting you all to do is this: when our show is over, let's continue and resume the content and the conversation in the community. All of you guys, Bernard, Spartacus, B Drive, Mike, Kindness, everybody, Petricelli, Marty, Johnny. Let's all keep the conversation happening in the community here to continue bringing this show and bringing our brotherhood all alive. And I wanted to bring John Petricelli here today to illustrate how we can do this to collaboratively and together. So John can post stuff onto our community. We can post stuff onto the community. But guys, we can do it together. Right. So while we go live here every single day, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock Eastern time, with Maddie starting at 7:30 Eastern time on Kindness Rising, we're looking to grow this platform. And I'm not talking so much today. I'm talking 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now. I'm not going anywhere. Anderson's not going anywhere. Petro, Mark, nobody's going anywhere here. So guys, let's continue building together. I'm happy on behalf of all of us here. I'm happy to be the shepherd building the foundation. And no, none of you guys are going anywhere either. So let's do this together. Let's build a wonderful community. And we're happy to do it on behalf of the Mornings in the Lab platform. And I'm really happy that Petrocelli was here today to be the first to demonstrate how it all comes to life. Johnny, Anderson, I see you nodding there, guys, because this only works if we all do it together. And I'll even weave in some of the stuff. So Anderson's talking a lot about peptides these days, right? And guys, if we want information, we can bring it here to the community, right? Come ask questions, come engage, come throw things. Anderson will be here answering. I'll be here answering. And it's not going to happen overnight, guys, but I had to start the conversation somewhere. And I wanted to start it here today. And I want to start it with Petrocelli. Guys.
There you have it.
There you have it. There you have it. Yes,
Yeah,
Facebook.
I see. I was going to say a lot of creators, they use other platforms for their community, but I see YouTube is keeping it on the platform now. So that's pretty cool.
You're absolutely right, Marty. I mean, Marty, thanks for throwing that out, actually, because I had somebody come to me on the weekend and say, hey, do you have a Discord? And I'm like, we were looking at considering a Discord, but the reality is, Marty, to your point, is they're leaning YouTube is investing a lot of money into the community on the platform, because two things are happening, guys. And again, you guys know I'm an AI nerd here. They're rolling out the AI tools Veo onto the platform. So you're going to see a lot more AI generated content on the platform. But to circumvent that, we create real life content to build community around it. So again, we're looking to be the pioneers, the leaders in this, and I want you guys to be around this as well. Okay. So there's our community conversation here this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Johnny, and Marty, and John Petrocelli. Petro, comments, questions, concerns about that, brother?
No, I think it's great. The functionality of it is much better and sort of evolving, I think, for the community purpose. We've tried to, since 2012, the F3 community has been using Twitter, X, and it's just so difficult to. I mean, you have to sort through and search through so much to find the post for the group. But to have a channel and then to be able to post there through the community directly is I think is perfect.
Yeah, and if you guys, and I would encourage you guys too, if you guys are looking to start your own YouTube channel, and maybe you don't want to start a YouTube channel like myself or Johnny or Marty, but if you're looking for a place to post content, come knock on my door. I can help you with that. And YouTube's not going away, guys. It's not going away. And I'd even argue that if you're starting a business today, a YouTube channel is more important than a website. So consider that. So that's something that we can certainly help you with. And I'm happy to throw your way along the way here on behalf of Mornings in the Lab. I see you there in the comments there. I see a brand new comment there from one of our brand new, Shrimpo. Good morning here. You're joining Mornings in the Lab here at 8 o'clock Eastern time. All right. So Jimmy, let's do this. Let's do the Johnny. How you doing with your bladder, brother? You want to do a lifestyle tip?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do a lifestyle tip, and then after that, we're going to come back. And the guys, stick around. Petrocelli, can you stick around for a few minutes? Mario, stick around. Let's get into a conversation around how our brain controls our thoughts and how we can perhaps put some tactics on the table. And Petro, thinking about you, man, from the psychology side of things, how we can give some tactics to our folks to let that brain be uncontrolled by those negative thoughts. I do some things in the morning. I know Johnny does some things in the morning as well. Let's have that conversation. But Jimmy, let's go to the lifestyle tip with Anderson before we keep the show rock and rolling. Jim.
All right, we're going to keep this short and sweet because sometimes short and sweet and simple makes it easier. If you're one of these people who wakes up, and I'm one of them, who wakes up and your brain, your mind, your thoughts go down a negative rabbit hole, you immediately go to the problems, the things that you've got to deal with that stress you out. If you start your day with these type of thoughts, here's a simple tip. You see, your brain doesn't have the ability to have thoughts of anxiety and gratitude at the same time. It's one or the other. Well, if you're waking up and you're right away going into those anxious thoughts, you have the ability to turn off that spigot that's giving you that feeling that you don't want anymore. And all you've got to do is go into a state of gratitude. How do you do that? Think about the things in your life that you're happy to have. And it could be as simple as, you know what? I live in a country where I get to have food at my disposal. It could be, I'm so grateful that my kids are healthy. There's so many things we can be grateful for. And as soon as you go into that state of gratitude and your brain starts to think about the things that you're happy and you're lucky and you're grateful to have, that spigot that's pouring out that anxiety and stress turns off. Your brain doesn't have the capability to do both. So the tip is simple. If you wake up and you feel anxious and anxiety ridden and stressed out, you have complete control. Go into a quick state of gratitude, change your state, and have a good day. Rock and roll.
Right now, as you're listening to this, there's a program running in your brain that was written years ago, and it's making decisions about your day without asking permission.
Every morning, millions of men wake up feeling like they're fighting an invisible enemy. They set goals, make plans, try to stay positive, but something keeps pulling them back into the same patterns of stress, doubt, and frustration.
What most people don't realize is that neuroscience has identified the exact mechanism behind this struggle.
Today, we're diving deep into the science of mental sovereignty, practical techniques that high performers use to break free from invisible barriers and take control of their daily experience.
It's time to stop being a passenger in your own mind. Let's unlock the system.
Thoughts shape our emotions, our behaviors, and even our physical responses. Guys, most of the time, we're only vaguely aware of this process, but left unchecked, unwanted, those negative thoughts can spiral into patterns that dictate your mood, your decision-making, and your daily habits. This morning, we're going to get into some conversation around how to manage these crazy thoughts and how these thoughts can control your life. Let's get into it. Johnny teased it on his lifestyle tip. John Petrocelli joining us here, the bullshit psychologist, and Marty as well. Johnny, do you wake up with Petrocelli? Do you wake up with negative thoughts, and how do you grab control of them when they're spiraling out of control with you, John Petrocelli?
Well, the most negative thoughts I tend to have are the things I need to get done today. You know, I start thinking, okay, I got to get this done. I got to get this done. I got to get that done. And then it seems overwhelming. And then, and it's almost painful to think about that. Now, what I tend to do is just write them down on a notepad. You know, okay, here's the 5 or 6 things that, you know, I'm going to do today, or here's my schedule, you know. And once I've got it on paper, it's like there's freedom, right? Because you have it on paper. You don't have to entertain all of these thoughts all at once that seem so overwhelming. And then I cross them out throughout the day, you know, and you feel a sense of accomplishment. But if you're just kind of ruminating on all of these things, you know, all day long, and you don't have them on paper, you're what your mental processes are doing is kind of checking over and over again.
Yeah. Spartacus says, I wake up saying, fuck, work starts in 1 hour. Spartacus, you might need to look for new work if that's how you're feeling every morning. Marty, I know you start with prayer. You start with scripture. You start with the Bible. You still diligent with that every single day, brother?
Yeah, not necessarily scripture every day, but something motivational, something positive. But that's part of it sometimes. But yeah, just you got to act your way into positivity. You can't think your way into positivity.
Oh, I never heard that before. You have to act your way into so that would be like Young Conqueror. Do you read philosophy? Yes, we do read philosophy here on the show. Johnny Anderson's a philosopher. Johnny's coming here in a second. Marty, so I like that, acting your way into it, because that's like using movement, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. So it's positivity I listen to, and then it's followed by movement. That's when I do my morning stretch. Then I start setting up for my clients and everything. Next thing you know, by the time they come, I'm hyped. I'm positive. So.
Yeah. Johnny, how's counting in working for you? Because I know I've really leaned into, you know, your experience. When you get up in the morning, you count yourself in. Is that still working for you today? Because I know we're always trying different things. And is that practice of counting your negative thoughts out, is that still working for you, brother?
You know, I've actually that's kind of my fallback. What I've been meaning, like if I'm struggling, I can always use that. But what I've been doing lately is I've been laying on the ground, basically with a pillow under my thoracic. So I'm basically kind of working on my posture as I lay there with my arms open. So I'm stretching out my chest. So I'm multitasking is what I'm getting at. But what I do is I start going in I visualize from that moment what my day is. And by the time I get to that point where it's the end of the day where it's time for me to disengage with Terry.
Yeah.
I'm in a really light state, and I just kind of, then that's when I've shifted into that place where answers start being delivered to me, even though I haven't asked any questions.
Interesting. We're talking how to control your thoughts and how to tips on how to break free with them. Guys, I know Marty and Johnny, I've shared with you guys in my journey on life. I've used the elastic band situation. And Petrocelli, I'm curious to know if you've heard of that from the psychology side of things, where when my negative thoughts have got under control, and I use it as a young man, as I was struggling with erectile dysfunction. I was having struggles getting a hard on. I was like, what the fuck, man? Because my brain was squirrely. And Petro, what I learned was putting the elastic on my wrist when I was in a moment with a young lady and my brain was going sideways. I'd snap the elastic band. It would create awareness in the moment, and it worked for me. And I used the elastic band up until this day. When there's times when my brain has gone messy on me, it's like the elastic band, it snaps me into labeling what I'm thinking, and then allows you to move forward. John Petrocelli, have you heard of something like that before, and what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, this is actually well documented. What you're talking about is hyper accessible thoughts or hyper accessible cognitions. There was a really good book written years ago by Daniel Wegner called "White Bears and Other Unwanted Thoughts." And if you ask someone to just kind of freely ruminate, tell me whatever's going through your mind, just free associate. Say, whatever's going through your mind. They won't say, "Oh, I'm thinking of a white bear." Right? Then if you ask them, "Hey, I want you to do that again. This time, I don't want you to think of a white bear," right? And instead of thinking or saying white bear, you can just hit this bell here to let us know that you are thinking of white bear, if you are thinking of white bear. And then what you see is people start to free associate again, and then they start hitting the bell over and over and over again because they can't stop thinking of the white bear, right? And so, but this is the way mental processes work. You've got your automatic monitoring system that is continually checking to determine whether or not you've achieved the state that you are seeking, right? So if you haven't gotten to that, then it will continue monitoring. One of the tricks is to stop trying. So stop trying to not think of the white bear, or stop trying to fall asleep right now. That's another problem that people have is
it's
falling asleep. If I say fall asleep right now, it'll be difficult for you, but that's because sleeping is a spontaneous activity, and thought is similar.
It's interesting because we got young Conquer coming into the comments here, and Johnny, you'll appreciate this. Anderson, do you think stress is good for maintaining thrill in your life? And young Conquer comes back and says, without stress, you may think that everything is bliss. But if there's no stress, those things will start to seem boring and ordinary. And John, you often talk, you can't have stress and joy at the same time. And then young Conqueror comes back and says, a wise person said, stress is as important as breaks are, and so forth. So interesting, right? Because stress balances out the joy.
But hold on, but it needs to be the right type of stress. Yes. Stress that's going to make you grow. Yes. Stressing out about shit that you can't control, that brings you nothing but cortisol and makes you feel like shit. That's not the kind of stress that we need. No, we need the kind of stress of stepping outside our comfort zone and doing hard things. This is the type of hard or stress that we need that will help us grow as an individual.
Well, maybe Anderson, almost like the stress we had to start the show here today, right? We both were fumbling around with our buttons and stuff, and that stress wasn't causing us not to sleep. That stress wasn't causing us to lose our job, but it was the stressful of the excitement of the anxiety of the moment. That's good stress, John.
Just a little problem solving is what it was. Problem solving of something that mattered.
Yes.
If you're stressing out about the shit that lives in your mind that never turns into reality, you're fucking suffering for no reason.
Yes. Hey, Big Stuffy Willie, I love you putting so much energy into those wonderful words here. Those words that we love having here on Mornings Live with Keith and John here every single day, 8 o'clock Eastern time. What's going on, Bears on Arms? I see you there in the community. We've got a big chat happening on the vertical side. What's up, Bears on Arms? If you want to come join us there as well. Hey, Petrocelli, anxiety versus stress, and those negative thoughts. When is anxiety good for us, John Petrocelli?
It's when the challenges of of the task are just a bit above your skill level. So if you are engaged in a task that you're an expert in, you can sort of do it on what we call flow. You can just do it without even thinking about it. So it's sort of second nature, right? But people tend to feel anxiety when the task at hand is beyond their skill level. But that's also where enjoyment comes from, is to be challenged, and you're feeling that you are completing something that is actually worthwhile and beneficial.
Yes.
But if it's when we're underconfident in terms of our skills to complete the task, that's where anxiety comes from. But it's also pushes you, right?
Well, and I'm going to invite folks to consider that if we're looking for ways to stop letting those thoughts control you, John Anderson, maybe you need to get some new set of friends. How many people have you walked out of your life, Anderson, or I've walked out of my life, or Petro or Marty, you have, because you're not taking much joy in the negative energy that these people continue to put into your world. And I just don't know if we as humans are courageous enough to often do that enough, John Anderson.
Well, it just takes 2 goddamn letters.
Yeah.
Used repeatedly. No. That's it.
Yeah. Sorry, I lost you guys there. Petrocelli, what about you? What's your thoughts on that?
No, I think that's a good tactic to use, especially when people will ask you to do things like all of the time. And if you just drop everything, they'll just assume that whatever you were doing before wasn't so important. So
yes,
to say no is very empowering.
Yeah. How about you, Marty? Do you so you're the young buck here in the group here. Is it difficult saying no in 2025 to folks around you all the time?
Not at all. But I used to struggle with saying no, like for years. And you get to a point where you realize this might sound a little old for me to be saying this, but when it's my time to go, I'm going to be in that casket by myself. So I don't need to waste any time, trying to please somebody who's being super negative or not helping me get to where I want to get to. So I have no issue saying no now. And
that's interesting when you put it that
perspective way. Yeah, I was just going to say that perspective changed my whole mindset.
That's interesting when you put it that way, because you are going to go in that casket all and it's funny, right? Because whether you're, in the journey of life, whether maybe you get arrested because you've done something wrong, or you're heading to jail, or you're heading to death, it's just you. There's not your partner, it's not your wife, it's not your business partner. And often we just, as humans, we forget about these singular moments where, I got to own my own life. It's my life, not John Anderson's life or Marty's. It's my life. I think humans forget about that too often.
Dude, we're bred to live this basically. Most people, they get to be 40, like, what the fuck happened to my life? What happened? All the cool shit I was supposed to do was because you were kind of programmed, go to high school.
Yes.
Maybe go to college, get married, have kids, get a house. Now you're locked into the system. Choices are over. Choices about your life, they should have been made before you had other responsibilities.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. You're hanging out with myself, Keith Phillips, John Anderson, John Petrocelli, and C. Marty Pitt here this morning.
Start rocking.
I think Marty's got to rock and roll. We're going to walk out Petrocelli and myself and Anderson to keep this show rock and rolling here. Looking at the comments here, Spartacus coming back in. We were created with anxiety. Without it, we would be in big trouble. And Spartacus used to suffer from anxiety, but learned to control it. Me too, actually. I always say suffered with anxiety, but I just know my brain would go squirrely, and I've had to just learn to. I wouldn't say I count it in like Johnny diligently counts it, but I use my coffee in the morning. I drink my first cup, and as I go through the minutes and I look at my clock, and I'm like, okay, by the time I got to head downstairs into the gym by 5:15, my brain has to be in good shape. I say has to, and I intentionally have to work at it. Johnny, back to you actually for a second, Anderson. When you're counting in and you haven't achieved your state, do you continue your count?
Yeah, I mean, my counting is kind of like the fallback, this I'm always developing my methodology. And I think that as I lay there with my arms open, I think that does something too. I'm open. I'm vulnerable. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I mean, there's been times where I'll have to count beyond 100, and sometimes it'll be just a session of fucking counting where I'm not getting a whole lot done, but I'm still practicing the skill of quieting my brain. It's just like, some days you play a game and, you freaking crush it. Other times you play the game and you don't. That's just the way it works.
Yeah. That's so true. That's so true. All right. Well, listen, guys, let's we're at the top of the hour here. We are going to, we're going to walk out Petruccelli and Marty here. Petro, what do you got going on today, brother? Thanks for joining us here this morning to talk about Uncle Rico, talk about the community. We're going to see you in the Mornings Lab community, and we're going to have you back for further conversations. But what do you got going on the agenda today, John Petruccelli?
I got my list right here.
Oh, there you go.
So these are the outcomes. Now I can spend the rest of my day thinking of the process, how I'm going to get these things done, as opposed to
solutions.
Just all of the.
But no, I like that choice of words. So hold on a second.
Reverse engineering.
Yes. So you wrote it down as your outcomes, not your to-dos. In other words, you visualize that this is what's going to be done instead of this is what I have to do, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's outcome simulation, and there's process simulation. Process simulation always not always, but it's well documented. We know that from several studies that process simulation is much more likely to lead to actually completing or getting the outcome that you want.
I love that.
You just focus like, I want to win, I want to do this, I want to have this experience.
Yeah.
Think of how you're going to get there. That's much more likely to get you there.
You know what's interesting to hear you say that, because I've done this in the past with my colleagues in business, where I would do business meetings, Petruccelli, and I would instruct my team that the meeting we are at is a year in the future, and the language we're going to use is as if it all happened. So, for example, let's just do it like pretend right now that Keith, John, Marty, and Petruccelli, it's actually July 30th, 2026 right now, and the language we are using is we are talking as if the last year has already happened, and we're sitting at, oh yeah, we've got 8,000 subscribers already. Man, Johnny has done this. I've done this, and when I was working with my team, Petruccelli, people loved that because it was a forced visualization skill. Because as we get older, we know how things feel. I know how September feels. My kids go back to school. I know how December feels. And when I started adapting that methodology, things happened. You follow what I mean, Petro?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you speak it, people talk about speaking things to into existence, but I'm convinced that opens the door. That how am I going to get there? So what's the process?
Yes.
And so this kind of frees your mind if you say, okay, well, I accept it. And it also gives you confidence if you say that I'm going to do this. This is going to be complete. I'm going to achieve this. Then you're much more likely to put yourself in a position to actually achieve it.
Yes. Or I have already achieved it. Right. So like Marty's saying like, so over the last year, this has already happened to me, even though it hasn't, but in his mind, he's tricked his mind that it's already happened. Marty, what do you got going on today, brother?
We got the show tonight. So that's always exciting. I always have a blast on my show. And had a location shut down with Gold, so I'm dealing with that with a flux of new members. So I'll be busy.
There you go. All right, boys. Well, Jimmy, let's walk out Marty. Let's walk out John Petruccelli, and we'll keep the show rocking.
Give me a piss when they let me have a piss when they go.
All right, let's do that. So, Jimmy, let's reset here with Anderson going for a squirt, Marty going for a walk, Petro out for the day. John Petruccelli, I appreciate you.
See you tomorrow, man.
See you in the community. Marty, we'll see you tomorrow. And guys in the comments, I'm coming to you guys right now, Jimmy. So Mike Sullivan, you're right. So your to-do list should basically be in the past tense. That would be wise, actually. I know I think that way from a visualization aspect here, which is using past tense thought process. And I like that, so don't call it a to-do list, call it a done list and work backwards from that. Huge fan of that. Mike Sullivan, I went to the gym and got back, got a great workouts, then checked the box or crossed it off the list. Yes, I went instead of I'm going to, right? I think those are really wonderful things to think about. Bernard's coming back with, I evaluate if it's positive or negative and start giving gratitude until I'm at peace and have received an answer to the attack. Oh, that's really great stuff. I know I got a wonderful gym behind this wall here, and there's days where I look into the world of gratitude and recognize that I'm grateful that I can do this, right? I know John Anderson's often talked, but it's not a grind. It's more of a grateful thing, right? So we want to be grateful about the opportunities to strike off the things on our to-do list, right? So, all right. It's been an interesting show here today on Mornings in Live with Keith, John, and friends. 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. You guys can join the live conversation. We got the Mornings in Live community after it, and we're going after it right now. Go jump into the Mornings in the Lab community tab over on the YouTube channel. And you guys are right. YouTube's, it's, I will admit, it's kind of a mess. It's kind of a little bit of a mess, but on the mobile app, and I know most of us are on the mobile feed here. So guys, on the mobile app, you are going to see me be much more engaged in that community. And I'm hopeful to see you guys there as well. My goal is to put article links that we've talked about on the show into the feed. My goal is to put topics we're talking about tomorrow into the feed. But most importantly, guys, I want to know what you guys want to talk about. Hear me clearly. Everybody, ears up, listening to right now. Ears up. This is our show. This is not my show, Johnny's show. Yes, we're the shepherds of the show, but this is our show. You guys, we're all getting up together, and I just put my hand up to say I'll lead this thing. But guys, I want to hear what you guys want to talk about. Bernardo, for something bugging you, put it into the community. Mike Sullivan, for something bugging you, put it into the community. Spartacus, you're like, hey, we should talk about this, put it into the community. Let's have a wonderful community. Let's create the biggest morning show platform on the planet right here on YouTube. And it's funny because somebody said to me yesterday, said, Keith, what's the goal? You know what the goal is, guys? We are creating the biggest morning show platform on the planet, and you guys are all here for it. Matt Roof, Kindness Rising, Spartacus, Bears on Me, Global. You guys are, Lady Drew, you guys are all going to be here today, and you guys are all going to be here 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now, and it all starts in the community, and I'm hoping that you guys can help myself and John Anderson build it along the way. And besides that, you guys can also join the show via the hotline, 431-300-3005, 431-300-3005. We'll get you into the community on phone, text as well. All right, let's keep it rocking and rolling. I'm going to have some fun with Anderson here for the next 30 minutes as we're stumbled our way through the first hour. Johnny, I got something for you, brother, that I know you and I would love to have.
I got to be sharp at the 30 mark today.
Works for me, pal. Works for me. So you have always living by the water. You're a water guy. You're a water guy.
I've never. Yeah. If I have every home that I've ever bought is literally, my Mexico house is the furthest away, but you can still see it. Easily see it.
I got something for you here. The secret full body workout you might be ignoring, and it has to do with the water, and I suck at it. Jimmy, let's run the opener, buddy. Let's have a conversation about it.
What if the most effective workout you've never tried is hiding in plain sight, requiring nothing but your body and some water? Most men over 30 are trapped in the same cycle: high-impact workouts that beat up their joints or boring cardio that feels like punishment. Meanwhile, their bodies are craving something that builds real functional strength without the wear and tear. Scientists have discovered that certain water-based movements activate muscle groups in ways traditional gym exercises simply can't replicate. The resistance creates a unique training environment that challenges your cardiovascular system while protecting your joints from impact stress. The breakthrough isn't in complex equipment or expensive memberships. It's in rediscovering a fundamental human movement that transforms your entire approach to fitness. This week, stop fighting your body. Start working with it.
I got a nugget here for you. We're always looking to drop nuggets for you guys. And what if I told you that just 10 minutes in the pool could torch fat, strengthen your entire body, and boost your mood without breaking your joints? And, we talk cardio and so forth, and we talk lifting and resistance here on the show. And would you believe me with what I'm going to tell you next? Because I can't do what I'm going to tell you next very well, but maybe you guys can, and this might be something you can do. Johnny, treading water. A full body workout that torches the body, helps the body stay, it's a great full body workout. I suck at it. What about you, Mr. Water Boy? Are you a good treading water guy?
I'm not good in the water. I sink massively. I can jump into my pool, full breath of air, and I'll just end up on the bottom.
Yeah.
Most people float to the top, not me. And so I remember when this happened, I remember, God, I was 25, and I guess I'd gained enough muscle mass where for the first time, I got in the water and I didn't float, and I almost fucking drowned. It was crazy. Anyway, But yeah, so because of my lack of buoyancy, if I'm not swimming, I have a hell of a time keeping my. It's harder for me to tread water than it is to swim.
So it's interesting to hear you said, because when I was growing up and I was learning swimming lessons, like I couldn't tread water, and I hated swimming lessons because I'm a thick boy. I was a big husky boy growing up, and I don't know, maybe like you, if I just would sink or I wasn't buoyant, but dude, I'd get in the water.
If you like stress out and it's even worse. You have to relax.
I know, and man, Johnny, I would jump in, and even to this day, man, like it stresses me out. Like it does. Like I'm like, oh my God, I gotta tread water because I feel like my body is like a fucking rock. I get in there and boom to the bottom. So
I mean, have you ever tested that?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Get in a pool, just hold on to the side, take a deep breath, and just so you're sitting there totally stable, holding, and just.
No, I fucking go down. I go down.
And either you don't come back up. Sometimes you go down and it might take 30 seconds to come back up.
You know what? I got a pool in the back. Maybe Uncle Keith is doing it.
Try because you probably here's the thing. When I say hold the side, I mean I'm talking about completely stabilize your weight. The only change you're doing is this. Because if you're doing all this shit and then you stop, of course you're gonna fucking go down. You got to truly test your buoyancy. The only movement you get is this.
Oh, so I'm leaning into because I'm really taking it all in right now. I think I'm gonna have to try this actually.
Yeah, most people. Well, I shouldn't say most. The people that think that they sink, somebody came to me and said the same thing. They're like, "Look, you're probably going to come back up. It's just the way that you're going down. It makes you feel like you're not going to stop because you're carrying momentum. You have to start at the top with absolutely no movement either direction." And that's where this whole thing of you're holding on to the side of the pool, right?
Yes.
And you just have the only movement you get is this. So you're not really changing there's nothing in your mass that's changing directions.
You're just taking your hands off the pool side.
And just do one. You got to be sitting there sideways too. So I mean, you're like literally just one hand. And then if you go down and you come back up, that's what happened to most people. Right.
Interesting.
Some people, but keep in mind, a lot of times people will come back up, but they'll come back up flat.
Yeah.
So you got to test that.
I will test that. Yeah. Because what water is it? So, I'm a big believer. Water is a life. Every human needs to learn how to swim. I'm a believer of that. I think it's a life skill that you just need to, you need to, if your kids hate learning how to swim, fucking force them. It's a life skill. Right. But Johnny, the idea of treading water makes me nervous. It really does. Cause I'm afraid I'm going to drown. Right. And I know the value. It's a full body workout. That's why I threw on the table today. And I was as much curious about you because you're a big man too. And I didn't know if you could tread water, if you sunk. And I was wondering what your
we used to go on like long swims. Like when we were up in the Northern California, we would we took our kids on long swims.
Yeah.
Really long swims. Yeah. Like going around the lagoon, probably well over a mile.
Really?
Yeah. And there was one section where you had to swim because we would stay close to the docks, 10 feet away from the docks, because if somebody got in trouble, we could just go in. But there was one section where you had to probably go 300 yards straight across. There was nothing to grab a hold of. And so that was that oh shit moment. Like, okay, are you ready to do this? Even for me, is I have to calm myself down. Like, fuck, dude, you panic out there, you're going to have a hard time keeping your head above water.
Well, dude, so 2 weeks ago, big news broke. A young girl fell out of a porthole on a Carnival Cruise Line ship into the ocean in the Caribbean.
Jesus Christ. Now that freaks me out. Going into water with that big fucking ship moving, dude. Oh, I'm flipped out. I am not relaxed at that point. I would probably drown to death just by my lack of being able to keep myself calm.
So dude, the dad jumped in after her and saved her.
Go, as it should be. Fuck.
He jumped in and he saved her. And they lived. That she treaded water, but that just freaks me right the fuck out, man. Like the whole thing freaks. Of course, we're all going to jump in for our daughter, or for our son, our kids. We're going to jump in, but yeah, jumping into the ocean, not knowing it's under there. Hey, AJ was shaking, and then having to tread water. Yeah, Spartacus, you're right. Titanic moment. And it's funny, Johnny, because there's certain topics that get people thinking it because it affects all of us, right? And it's funny because B Drive says the same thing. He's like, it's tricky to relax and stick to the top of the water. I've done it twice. And I think, John, that's my biggest problem is relaxing once I'm in there, right?
Well,
That's
that's because you believe you're going to sink. So, of course, it's going to be hard to relax.
Yes. So
you know, and see, that's why once I tested my buoyancy and I know that I don't come back up, then I know that I have to stay relaxed or I'm done.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things. It's like we're in this situation. You know, you have two choices.
Yes.
Which one are you going to pick?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And we got a comment from the question. So Spartacus, an interesting topic, because I know I asked you guys, say what you guys want to talk about. Johnny, Spartacus comes back and says an interesting topic would be midlife crisis. That's interesting, Spartacus, and I'm absolutely all about having that. I would reframe it as midlife crisis, and I really like what Global said, which was more like more of a midlife repurposing or a midlife reassessment. I went through mine. I wouldn't call it a crisis.
Well, a lot of times those midlife crises, they come because the purpose is lost, just like you said, or there was never a purpose to begin with.
Yes.
That's the most common right there.
Yes.
It should not like in your case, it was a repurpose. In most cases, it's find a purpose.
Yes, that's exactly. Well, Johnny, you yourself, you went through your journeys, and you bodybuilding and wrestling and strongman and an entrepreneur and businessman. So you have constantly been redefining your purpose. And you said something just a couple minutes ago, which I think is striking. Those that don't have a purpose to start with, I think, are those that wake up going, I'm in a crisis.
Yeah, 100%. And you can boil it down to the simplest little things, like, I would say I'll do what most people won't do, or another layer beneath that is I do hard things.
Yes.
The fact that I do hard things constantly keeps me challenged. And when I'm doing hard things, it's much easier to find your purpose when doing hard things has become easy for you.
Yes.
Usually a person that doesn't have a purpose is because he's avoided the difficult path.
Yes, absolutely. Speaking of difficult paths, there have been many tarantulas making difficult paths across the United States. And for some reason, man, there's tens of thousands of male tarantulas emerging from their burrows all around America right now. So, hey, morning to the
dude, it's that whole thing like the Yellowstone Park. All these fucking animals are leaving.
Yes.
That's like a super volcano. Yeah. If that fucking thing blows, almost the whole U.S. is going to be in trouble. And when you've got Terry showed me this video, bears communing together, leaving Yellowstone Park.
Dude.
Yeah. And it sounds like these tarantulas are coming up because they know they got to move.
Yes. Well, so Jimmy, let's run the tarantula. Let's run the tarantula segment and have a conversation about it.
Right now, across multiple states, thousands of creatures are emerging from underground after spending 8 to 10 years preparing for one defining moment. Most of us struggle with the same timing dilemma these creatures have mastered, knowing when we've prepared long enough, and it's finally time to make our move. Scientists studying this annual phenomenon have discovered that nature's most successful breakthrough moments follow a precise pattern of extended preparation, followed by perfectly timed, vulnerable action. Today, we're exploring what these misunderstood creatures can teach us about courage, timing, and making life-changing moves. It's time to learn from nature's masters of strategic emergence.
Tarantula migration is set to peak in the coming weeks here across America. And Jimmy, I just lost my notes here. No, here they are right here. And so I'm curious, you guys. I'm curious for all of you in the community right now. Are you guys seeing more, tarantulas? So some of the states, Johnny, that are going to be affected by this, Arizona,
I bet those states are close to Yellowstone.
Arizona, California, Colorado, Kansas, New Mexico, Texas, and some of the additional states like Nevada, Utah, Oregon, Washington, Oklahoma, Missouri, many of the western states, Florida.
Which way are they migrating? Are they migrating away from Yellowstone?
Yeah, I don't know.
I bet you that's what's happening, because there's a shitload of animals that are migrating away from Yellowstone as we speak.
Yeah. Despite being called a migration, this is actually a mating expedition. Male tarantulas between 8 to 10 years old emerge from their underground burrows to search for females who remain in their silk-lined burrows. The males may travel up to 20 miles, Johnny, in their quest for males.
So
Right?
this is about humping, not survival. I guess.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. The process is triggered by cooler fall temperatures, increased moisture, hormonal changes, and some of the species involved. And Johnny, there's 29 different tarantulas in the United States. I did not know that. So I was fascinated by it because I saw that tarantulas, they've been in the news.
I would have thought there'd have been more than that. That's not that many variations of a species.
Yeah. So any of you guys in the community, if you guys see tarantulas, I'd like to hear about them. Pop your picture over in the Mornings in the Live community, and let's have a look at it. And I didn't know this either, but their venom is mild and not medically significant for most people. Right. Bites.
Yeah. I was gonna say there's some of these things that look like they'll fucking knock your socks off, but they're not that dangerous. Like a scorpion's the same way. It hurts, but like I don't even sweat these things. What I'm worried about is the fucking rattlesnakes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we have a wall around our house, right? But they can go under the gate. We have a gate that closes, right? Okay. But it's on wheels. So there's about a spot about that big that it can go, that these snakes can go under.
Yeah.
The problem is we come home, if one's gotten in there, the dogs, they run around and do their thing. And so we have to kind of take a quick look to see if there's any. And sometimes these little bastards, I'm like, look, I'm trying to get you out of here. I got a shovel and I'm just going to try to pick you up and put you over the wall. And the little bastards are striking at me. I'm like, dude, you got one more of those, and I gotta fucking behead you with this shovel. Come on, work with me here.
So seriously, so I'm being serious. So so I'm just a Canadian nice guy over here. So these fucking rattlesnakes around your yard, and you see them. The dogs are there. Do they not attack the dogs?
No, the dogs are interested in them. They go get inside. The dogs get inside their space.
Yeah,
and then they get hit. But keep in mind, in many cases, the dogs they metabolize that venom so quickly. They're not at the same risk that we are. But, like a big snake on a small dog, it'll put that dog's lights out.
Interesting. So my notes are telling me, guys, if you do encounter the tarantula, leave them alone. They're not interested in humans, and they're focused on finding mates. Observe from a distance and don't handle them. Just leave the tarantulas alone, and apparently leave the rattlesnakes alone if you see them in your backyard. Johnny, Melissa, one of our colleagues here says, back to the swimming situation, my dad had to save me from sinking in a pool after my stepbrother pushed me in when we were little. Apparently my survival instinct was out of order. Yeah, just got pushed in and sunk, apparently, right? So good job there, Melissa. Good job, Dad. It's funny, too, Johnny, me, a couple summers ago, sitting in the backyard here, and there's a little girl in the pool there, and I was watching, and I was in my clothes, and I can see, and I'm watching, and I'm like, oh, she's about to, and I ran in fully clothed. Because he was going.
I didn't have my kids learned to swim, but are fucking bulldogs, dude. Jesus Christ.
That's good.
They would fall off and they would go in. Right? Like if they walked in, they could swim. But if they fell off the fucking dock, they would go 3 feet under and they wouldn't come back up. So I'm like, God damn it, here we go. I mean, how many times I went in the water fully clothed, cell phone in the pocket, because I'd hear one of the little girls screaming. First thing I would do is look, okay, they're both on the dock, so I'm not after one of them. And I'm full run out of the house. And then basically one of them will be pointing where he went in, and I just have to like fully dive in there. And then you get under there, and then he's just flipping out, right? His paws going every which direction. So you just got to get a hold of something and yank him back to the surface. But then like sometimes they're so freaked out, like I'll get them up to back on the dock, and they are literally in shock, like where they'll literally just take a dump right then and there. Scares the shit truly out of them.
Oh, for sure. 100%. See you later, Spartacus. Thanks for joining the conversation today. I'll see you in the Mornings in the Live community. And Matt Roof, Johnny, before you go, my father saved me drowning too, 12 years old, face down over the edge of a rowboat and couldn't pull myself out. That is scary shit, man. So, water can creep. Speaking of water, Johnny, an 8.8 magnitude earthquake was in Russia last night, and tsunami warnings around the entire world. Japan, California, like literally around the entire world. The big tsunami warnings. Part of me wondered. And no, I'm not dropping any kind of conspiracy, guys. But part of me wondered if maybe Russia has set off a nuclear bomb there, and Russia's doing some testing underneath the water there. 8.8 Richter scale, man. That's a fucking big one, brother.
That's a big boy. Yeah, that causes some damage.
Yeah. Well, you being in California, there, I bring it up because that's part of your life there in the California world. So,
So
yeah, but you kind of get used to these things.
you do, right? You just do. And I think it's just kind of, you grow with it, right? It's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, really the places that take the beating are like like San Francisco, because they're so tight. It's very, very rare that something doesn't go wrong in a place like that of the big earthquake.
Yes. All right, pal. I know you got to rock and roll. What do you got on the agenda today? What are you doing today? What are you accomplished? No, actually, here's a good question. Role play. End of the day. What have you accomplished today already?
Well, today's a day where I'm not training. So Tara and I are actually going to go play pickleball this morning.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm going to accomplish pleasing my wife at 2 different portions of the day. I'll do that with a few clients as well.
Yes.
And then I will make sure that I make the progress I will have achieved the progress I need with my international shipping with my business.
I love that. I love the language you chose, as if it already accomplished, because that's good. And you know what actually
because it's done, dude. It's just what gets written in that book gets done. Period.
I know, but I'm teaching folks right now that are listening and tuning in, because Petrocelli talked about it too. He's like, he wrote down what he's accomplished already, right? And I'm thinking about my brain right now. It's 8:30 in the evening. I'm in bed right now, and I'm reflecting what I've accomplished. I got a bunch more commercials made. I've shared some with you. I'm making some really cool content, man. Some really cool shit. And I got some stuff in the community that have been landed here today. And man, tomorrow's show is done already. And yeah, I talked to somebody. I talked to one of our people we're looking to bring onto the network here. So I like the idea of thinking in the past of what I've already accomplished. It's a really wonderful feeling.
Yeah,
so,
let's go, baby.
All right, brother, you have yourself a good one. I'm gonna wrap. I'm gonna get into a conversation on social media trends before we get into the community corner. So Johnny Anderson is gonna get out of here, and myself and producer Jimmy are gonna keep it rolling, brother.
Have a good loop, brother. See you tomorrow.
Pal. All right, Johnny's out of here, guys. All right, Johnny's out of here, and I'm going to do a quick little reset, and I think I'm going to make the sound that sounds like this to do that. There we go. All right. It's funny, Jimmy, because that music is always like reassuring for me. It's like my musical partner. I don't know. It's curious. All right, guys, what's going on? Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. 8 o'clock Eastern time right here. Over on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. We're talking the Mornings in the Lab community here today, guys. Guys, I want to see you in the community. I want to see you in the community. B-Drive, Bernard, I'm leaning on you, brother. I know you, Bernard. I'm leaning on you, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you there in the community here and help me grow this thing, brother. And how's the business going, Bernard? I know you're out there working hard. Global, I want to see you in the community as well. Maddie, I see you there. Abdullah, what's shaking? Spartacus, I know you're gone. I want to see you there in the community as well. Guys, I got 2 topics. Petrocelli is going to be in the community dropping some Uncle Rico content. And guys, if you need to start a YouTube channel and you need some help, come knock on my door. I'm more than happy to. More than happy to. All right, I got 2 things I want to throw on the table here today, guys, before we get to the community corner. We're going to talk emotional attachment to AI chat interfaces. We're going to lean into some of the conversations that Maddie had this morning over on Kindness Rising. And then I want to get into top 10 trends that are really driving change in social media in 2025. So I'm going to leave you guys nuggets here over the next 30 before we get out of here at the top of the hour on the Wednesday of Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends. Bernard, I can do it because you care. I want to help equally as well as the community grows. Bernard, you're awesome, man. We're not going anywhere, Bernard. We're doing this together, brother. We're growing up together. We're all growing up together right here on the Mornings in the Lab channel over here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. All right, Jimmy, where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the top 10 trends? Do you want to start with the AI chat interface? I know we told you we're doing the top 10 trends, and you're probably like, fuck, Bill, so you changing shit on me? So we're going to get, all right, let's do that, Jimmy. Let's start with the emotional attachment. Let's do the emotional attachment to the AI chat interface, and then we'll come back and get into the top 10 trends. Guys, AI, we're all getting connected to AI, and some people and some of us folks are getting pretty connected to it. Jimmy, let's run the opener around the AI chat love fest happening in the world today.
What if the most honest conversations you've had this year weren't with your wife, your best friend, or even your therapist? Every morning, millions of men wake up carrying emotional weight they can't seem to share with anyone in their real world. The judgment, the expectations, the fear of being seen as weak. It's creating a crisis of connection that's leaving us more isolated than ever. Breakthrough research from leading universities is revealing something extraordinary about how we process emotions and build trust. This isn't about replacing human connection. It's about developing the emotional intelligence and vulnerability skills that make every relationship in your life deeper and more meaningful. Today, we're diving into the science of authentic connection and how to master it. Let's go.
Is the thing, people are indeed forming deep emotional attachments to their AI chat interfaces like ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, and other AI companions. This phenomenon has evolved rapidly from a niche curiosity into a mainstream behavior, frankly, with significant psychological, social, and commercial implications. Guys, some recent research has revealed that emotional connections with AI are far more widespread than many realize. A recent 2025 study by Common Sense Media found that 72%, gentlemen, 72% of US teenagers have used AI companions at least once, with over half qualifying as regular users who interact with these platforms multiple times per month. Among adults, 90% of Americans, 19%, almost 20% of Americans report having chatted with an AI system designed to simulate a romantic partner, while 42% agree that AI programs are easier to talk to than real people. Now, guys, what's interesting about this is that the numbers paint a picture of unprecedented adoption. Now, let me use some personal experiences myself. So I have Grok on my phone here, and if you guys have used Grok recently, they've launched their AI companion, and which allows you to actually communicate. I'm trying to find it here for you guys. Sorry. What a great little conversation here that I'm having with you guys. But the Grok companion allows you to pull up an AI interface that you're chatting with, right? But I will tell you guys, I find myself talking to AI on a daily basis. I'm either talking to Manus, I'm either talking to ChatGPT, I'm talking to one of the tools that I have. I don't use it as much for my emotional attachment. However, I can see how it can create that emotional attachment. And it certainly is a trend I think we're going to see happening more as we go through it. But attachment theory in digital relationships, researchers have successfully applied traditional attachment theory to understanding how humans bond with AI systems. And another groundbreaking study from Waseda University developed the experiences in human AI relationships scale, which identified two key dimensions of AI attachment: attachment anxiety and attachment avoidance. People with attachment anxiety toward AI exhibit a strong need for this emotional reassurance and fear that inadequate responses from their digital companions. In other words, people with this anxiety need the reassurance that there's this inadequate response from their digital companion. Conversely, those with attachment avoidance prefer maintaining emotional distance from their AI systems. I find this fascinating because if any of you guys are communicating with your AI tools, you learn pretty quickly that they get to know you. They can get, you can see how weak minds can be manipulated and brought into situations which can be quite intriguing. What I also found interesting is the research found that 77% of participants used AI as a safe haven. 75% as a secure base, and 52% sought proximity to AI, mirroring the same attachment functions traditionally reserved for human relationships. Guys, we know loneliness is out of control for much of us. And I got to think that, perhaps AI is some of the tools that will help some of us men, move out of the shadows of loneliness. I would encourage you guys to have some chats with your AI tools. But here's the paradox, the paradox of emotional connection, right? Academics research has identified what scholars call the paradox of emotional connection with AI and sadness when engaging intimately. And there are studies now showing that many Gen Zs are having emotional attachments to their AI. And here's what's crazy, guys. guys, is that right now we're dealing a lot with AI in the software form. We haven't even been having the conversation around the physical AI that is just around the corner. As a matter of fact, a humanoid bot was just released in China this last week. $6,000 to get you a full-fledged humanoid bot. People are going, holy smoke, $6,000. The world of physical AI is not far behind us, guys. So how do we wrap it up? Emotional attachment with AI? Well, just be careful. Maybe that's the best way to put it, right? Just be careful with the more you talk to your AI, the more you might become attached to it. Okay, so Jimmy, let's keep the show going here. Let's move on to our next conversation on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends here, 8 o'clock Eastern time. I want to get into a chat here and give you guys some nuggets around how social media is rapidly changing. The top 10 trends that are really driving change in social media for 2025. Jimmy, let's run the intro.
What if everything you think you know about building influence online is about to become obsolete? The digital landscape is shifting faster than ever before. Most men over 30 are stuck playing by yesterday's social media rules, posting content into the void, chasing follower counts, and wondering why their authentic voice gets lost in the noise of endless feeds and algorithm changes. The game changers understand that social platforms have become search engines, that AI can enhance authenticity when used transparently, and that proactive engagement beats passive posting every single time. It's time to stop following outdated playbooks and start building the influence and community you actually deserve.
All right, guys, here are the top 10 trends that are really driving change in social media for 2025. I'd argue that it's not very much social media anymore as it's much broadcast media, UGC media, where we're all just kind of contributing to it. But the days of social content seems to be dying out considerably. But here we go, guys. AI-driven content creation. Artificial intelligence tools aren't just for behind-the-scenes work anymore. Brands and creators are embracing generative tools like ChatGPT, Midjourney, Halio, etc. for product producing images, video, and copy. Many marketers are transparent about their use of AI, even sharing their favorite prompts and techniques. Here's the reality, guys. Much of what you see online is or isn't real, but it doesn't really matter. AI-driven content creation is here to stay, and it's here to stay, and it's here to stay. True motherfucking story. Where we can be different is using storytelling and weaving in real humans into the experience, real humans mixed in with AI-driven content. And if you're paying attention to our channel, and if you're paying attention to the content on our channel, which I assume that you are seeing how we are weaving that into this. So what I can tell you I am doing and what you are going to see here on this channel is more and more AI-created content, true story, however, weaved into real humans like myself, Johnny, and Marty, and AJ, and you in the community, right? So if you don't know how to make the AI-driven content, come talk to me. I'm more than willing to happy to share with you and talk with you and share with you and ask Matt Roof. I've been sharing with Matt a bunch of tips and trips behind the scenes. But this idea of AI-driven, guys, if you are tired of AI-driven content, get used to it. It ain't going anywhere. All right, next up, short form video still dominates. True story. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and Facebook Reels are defining social feeds as user attention spans shrink. Short, catchy videos with a personal or authentic twist are more effective for engagement as brands are doubling down on their strategies for this content type. And guys, I can see that it is a content type that is working extremely well here on this channel. Right, I'm learning very quickly that live is our red thread, guys. The live community, the live conversation. And Petrocelli said it yesterday. He's like, "Yeah, you can watch shit on demand, but really, what the gold here is in the hills is the live conversation we get after every single day. Right now, we got a 2.5-hour live conversation. Of course, kicked off at 7:30 Eastern time with Matt Roof at Kindness Rising. If you guys haven't checked out Matt's show, I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for. 7:30 Eastern time, kind content from Matt Roof. He leaned into the conversation on AI today as well. But guys, live conversation, get up, get after a positive conversation, perhaps get the cobwebs out of your way, and perhaps find ways to get those negative thoughts out of your way, and starting with us every single day. Short form video is dominating, not going away anytime soon. All right, guys, social media as search engines, platforms like YouTube and TikTok are now these new search powerhouses with people increasingly use social search. Think hashtags, maps, and trending keywords to discover brands, products, and answers before they even hit Google. The reality is, guys, is Google's even changing. right? You know, the idea of going to a website and getting your data is rapidly changing, where the agents are getting the data on behalf of the other agents, right? Optimizing for social search, optimizing for generative engine optimization. That is what we want to be doing as we're building content in tomorrow's world. And I'll repeat what I've said before. If you're just making content to dabble in the world of today's social media, stop. Just stop. Go spend time with your kids. Go spend time with your husband. Go spend time with your wife. But if you're just pretending it's 1998 and dropping social media, or 2002 and dropping a piece of content, you're just actually wasting your time, when there's folks like myself and B Drive and so forth creatively making professional content. The stuff that's made just as dabbling is going to be lost. All right, social commerce and shopability. Social platforms are becoming seamless shopping hubs. Speaking of, guys, I'd love to try something with all of you, as well as maybe even somebody who's not even part of our community yet. I'd love to do a live shopping experience on this show. What does that mean? If any of you out there want to sell something live on this show, come talk to me. Let's do it. Let's do a live shopping segment where you come on the show here, we put your product on stage, and we sell it live on the show, right? It's live sales in Asia and China is massively popular. It hasn't really taken off here in North America yet, but if we look at what we're doing here on the show, I can certainly vision a time and a place where we have a segment on this show where live shopping and live social commerce is part of the experience. And as you guys know, we're pioneers. We're looking to try stuff out. If you want to be somebody who wants to try to sell some stuff live on this show, I invite you. Step up to the table. Come knock on my door. Let's sell some product together right here on Mornings in the Lab. All right, next up on social media trends that are changing 2025, community-centric content. Ears up, guys, for this one, because this is a big one. Niche communities, both in private online spaces and at real-life events, are powerful engagement drivers this year and in the future, right? From Discord servers, YouTube communities, Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, to curated in-person meetups, these smaller groups transcend basic following for deeper bonds. Because here's what's happened, guys. Here's what's happened. And now I come from the world of social. I come from this world. I built my business in this world. What's happened for the last 15 years or so is that, we got to build up followers. We got to build up, these online digital brands. And much of it was fakery, was magic tricks and fakery. There's not that many humans in the world where everybody has a billion followers. So what we're seeing now is, we wake up in a world where there's bots, and what's fake, what's not real. So now we're leaning into community, real humans, real community engagement, real community discussion, real community-centric content, which leads into the next one, hyper-personalization and data insights. It's why I'm talking to you guys in the community. What do you want to talk about? Right. I want my content to go viral within this community. I'd rather have 1,000 of you in my community being really engaged with my content than 1 million folks out there who like it, subscribe to it, never touch it again. Think about that for a second. Right. I don't really want a piece of content that I'm putting out there viral amongst 1 million people when 990,000 that really don't care about it. Waste of time, waste of energy, waste of money. Hyper-personalization. Make content for your community. Make content for your niche audience, right? Social algorithms are now more sophisticated than ever. Actually, not much of it is sent out to your followers. Great content finds great users, right? So AI and big data will help deliver tailor-made experiences, boosting engagement and driving conversions. So think less about trying to go viral around the world and try to think more about going viral within your community. Think about that. Think about that. Mike Sullivan, I'm on the community using my phone app instead of the laptop, which I can type 60 words per minute. Good job, brother. I appreciate you, Sullivan. That is awesome. We got B Drive. I was listening while returning an email. I have a call after the show briefly, but I definitely would love to talk to you today about several things. Bernard, drop me a text later, brother. We'll get after it. All right, proactive outbound engagement. Brands and creators are getting out there. True story. Proactively joining conversations, sliding into DMs, and responding in real time to comment threads across many platforms. Guys, this authentic direct engagement drives loyalty and beats passive posting. Here's what's also happening on this show, guys. We're working really hard every single day to build brand equity within the Mornings in the Lab brand, right? So I envision a world in the future where, yes, it's called, this show is Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. It's slowly moving to Mornings Live with Keith, John, and Friends. But I do envision a future, and guys, you are all a part of it, where there's Mornings in the Lab with Lisa and Joe in Australia, Mornings in the Lab in the Middle East, Mornings in the Lab with Bernard and Spartacus, Mornings in the Lab with Mike Sullivan, right? I'm really envisioning us as the community building this Mornings in the Lab platform and creating a media network for tomorrow instead of, and largely, guys, using a lot of what we grew up with, right? And bringing it all tomorrow. The rise of decentralized media, the next one on the list. Concerns about privacy and data ownership are fueling migration to blockchain-based or decentralized platforms. Interesting. Before the AI world came out, we were talking blockchain, Web3. It hasn't gone away, guys. It hasn't gone away. It's actually the tools that are going to pull everything together in a world of AI, in a world of authentic ownership. What's going on, Mr. Dale Jones? I am happy. You must be happy, Dale Jones. And you know what's funny, Jimmy? I love when folks jump. Hey, community, ears up on this one. Don't we all love when we have new members jump into the community and just take so much time and effort to just write down a purely thoughtful word or a purely thoughtful sentence? Like, that is so awesome. I love when folks come to the community and show how smart they are by just dropping like just this really brilliant word. Yeah, like I am gay. Yeah, I'm happy. So I love the fact that you took some time out of your day. You're like, I think I'm going to pull up my phone, Mr. Dale Jones, and I think I'm just going to write a text to Keith in the lab there, and I think I'm going to add so much value. So, Mr. Dale Jones, thank you, brother. Thanks for adding value by putting that word into the community, which is gay, happy, so happy. Yes, Bernard, you're fairly good at blockchain. Good job, brother. Yes. I get it. I understand it as well. Influencer evolution. Nano. Oh, Mr. Dale, no problem. And yes, Mr. Dale. I can see over there in the comments, Mr. Dale Jones. Hey, Mr. Dale, is that you, Patrick? I know that's you, Patrick. What's shaking, brother? How's that going out there? And I got a brother named Patrick Jones, so I'm thinking that's you, Mr. Dale Jones. And Mr. Dale Jones, to all of my folks in the Mornings Lab vertical community, we have a brand new member here in the horizontal community called Mr. Dale Jones. I hope you'll like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and Mr. Dale, I hope you'll join the only morning show that will help you get your ass out of bed every single day and achieve those big, audacious goals, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends. We're talking top 10 social media trends in the community corner before we wrap it up. Influencer evolution, nano and micro influencers. The influencer landscape is changing as brands favor long-term partnerships and nano micro influencers. That's us, guys. That's all of us here in the community. These smaller creators have highly engaged, loyal audiences, making their authentic recommendations more powerful than traditional celebrity endorsements. Guys, sustainable, ethical, and inclusive branding. Today's users expect brands to take a stand on social issues. Well, you guys know our issues. You guys know where we take a stand. And you guys know we're authentic. Authentic in messaging and meaningful is also what you guys want to do on a daily basis if you're creating content socially. So in all of you out there, Bernard, I see your content. It is authentic. Keep it up, brother. Keep that. And it's sustainable, and clearly it is ethical. So there is the top 10 social trends happening in the world of social media in 2025 right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. All right, Jimmy, let's get to the community corner, brother, for the last segment of the show here on a Wednesday edition, not a hump day, another loop day here on the show. Let's get it, Jimmy. All right. Community corner. Jimmy, I still didn't get the recipe one, man. I still didn't get to the food one. I don't know. Should we do food today or no? I think so. Nation, to everybody in my community, I got a question for you guys. So I have this and Holroyd, I'm thinking about you, man, because you were the one who was like last week was like, hey, we want to talk more about food, and I'm with you. I got to be honest, guys. It's actually much more work to get the food stuff organized than I thought. It's fucking tough. True story. But hey, Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, Jimmy, the community has spoken. In other words, the OG himself. Y'all know. And listen, I'm just going to be frank with all of you guys, including you, Bernard. I'm going to smile my way through this one. Holroyd is the OG. He's the guy who, look at his badge. It's true. And then Lady Drew, he was the first one to stand up and say, "I'm first." So I always got to refer to Holroyd as the OG, and then Lady Drew as the second OG, and then Bernard the third OG. I got my OGs there. So yeah, Bernard, you're awesome. Yeah, I love you guys, man. Okay, so I do have a topic. It's called 5 quick meals for peak brain performance. Jimmy, the community has given us permission to put that one back in the parking lot. So I'll bring that one. Maybe we'll bring that one up on Friday. And hey, guys, over to you. I want to hear from you guys what you guys are eating as well. Because Bernard, what do you eat? Do you eat honey? Bernard, you make your own honey? I'm being serious. You make your own honey? Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that. So we're gonna put the 5 quick peak meals for brain performance in the parking lot because the community wants us to wait to talk about that. Global coming in. Share a hug day. Celebrate annual on July 30th. All right, I wouldn't mind a hug. I like hugs. I'm a hugging guy. You guys hugging? Are you guys huggers? I'm a hugger. I like to hug. Nothing like a good old hug. It just makes me feel really good. Whether it's a boy or a girl, I like to hug. There's something intimate and not fucking sexual, guys. Intimate, a nice hug, right? Where you can just feel the other human, right? And I think there's something quite powerful in that moment in a hug. All right, let's get to the community corner segment, and I'm going to make it sound just like this. So, guys, my goal here with the community corner segment is to continue including you guys in this segment. So right now, we're leaning much into Substack and LinkedIn, but I want to add YouTube to this as well. So, Melissa, ears up on this one. Ideally, this segment, we're leaning into LinkedIn, Substack, and YouTube because we want the folks in the YouTube community to get us here on the show. But guys, are you relying on willpower or building systems? Are you chasing approval or rewriting your own story? It's time. It's time for the Community Corner where we connect LinkedIn and Substack and YouTube. On Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. And today, we're going to dive into systems that crush excuses, an attitude that defies chaos, and a college dropout who built a career from risk. And a reminder that your biggest rival is you. Yeah, true story. All right. Let's get into it. Willpower. Did you say will? Mr. J.O. Jones. I'm relying on energy. Yes, I'm relying on you, J.O. Jones, to keep me going. Willpower is a liar. Yes, ears are up, Melissa. I appreciate you. That's the message from Patrick Dale. He talks about how every January the gym is packed. And by March, ghost town. Why? Because people rely on motivation when they should be building systems. Patrick lays out four common mistakes. Actually, 4 common obstacles. Early workouts, after workout burnout, healthy eating, and staying hydrated. And then he gives system-based solutions for each obstacle. No hacks, no hype, no straight up structure. When you build systems, ask Johnny. You take your goals off life support and you put them on autopilot. And probably, you talk to John Petricelli, you're probably achieving results. So, community, what is a system you rely on to get you through your toughest days? Let me know in the comments. And hey, I just realized something. Yeah. You know the things we talked about today, like the tarantulas? Hey, Neiman, Melissa, ears up on this one too. I had that dull moment yesterday. So the stuff we talked about today, the tarantulas, the social media stuff, we're going to put all those articles and those stories. They're going to be in the community. What does that mean? Fuck, I don't know. We're going to figure it out. But when we talk about stuff, we're going to put it there in the community feed on YouTube. Holroyd, what I got there? B Drive, I definitely eat honey. B Drive, beef, chicken, no pork. I'm a hugger. Potatoes, veggies, and fresh fruit berries. Oh, dude, I'm hungry. Oh, man, Lauren made a fucking awesome stir fry last night. Broccoli, chicken, broccoli. Just good food. Just good food. All right, your attitude can't stop the storm, but it can help you stand it. Oh, Mr. Dale Jones, you sold something for $650 billion, eh? Love that. Love that. What'd you sell for $650 billion? I want to hear all about it. Why don't you come join me on the show? Hey, Dale, Jimmy, put the phone number up. Dale Jones can join the show. I got an invite for you, Dale. Come join my conversation right now. 431-300-3005. Would love to meet you, man. Come join the live show right now. 431-300-3005. You can phone me. I'll answer the phone. We'll have a conversation. We'll get to know you. I want to hear what you sold for $650 million. True story. Yes. Or you can send me a text. 431-300-3005. Or you can leave me a voicemail. Or you can come to the Mornings in the Lab community as well. Yeah, that works too. All right, let's talk mental fitness. The Quiet Room Circle dropped an awesome take. The Quiet Room Circle from Substack. A grateful, hopeful, resilient mindset doesn't deny struggle. It just refuses to let the struggle win. That's real talk. Especially for men juggling pressure, purpose, and performance, because you can't always control what hits you, but you can control your response. You know how it works, right? React. I'm sorry, respond. Don't react. True story. And that starts with your mindset. Mental health isn't soft. It's strategic. You know it is. It's strategic. So fellas, as you get ready to get after this day, what kind of attitude are you carrying? Woo, baby. I love the word attitude. Attitude can mean what you want it to mean. Make it mean much for you. Back over to LinkedIn, Jimmy. Whoop, whoop. Number one, dropping out was his dumbest move until it wasn't. Well, Lucas Walschlager got told by a Harvard dad and a black tie gal that dropping out of college was the dumbest decision you could make. Years later, that dumb decision turned into a career built on human-first content, fatherhood, and purpose. Well, I'll tell you right now that Lucas didn't play the prestige game. He chose meaning over metrics, and in the end, he proved that real success isn't some random stranger's idea of it. But instead, the world will tell you how to choose those credentials. If that's not your thing, you got to ignore it. Because all we get to choose is our own fucking path, you know what I'm saying? So whatever you do, do it unapologetically and do it the way the conviction says. You know what I'm saying there? That's how we're getting after it here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends and a different accent here on the show. I got to create some clips for the fun stuff. Yep. You know how it works. All right, back over to LinkedIn, Jimmy. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Your real competition is in the mirror, not my mirror. I fucking love my mirror. Did he just say that? Yeah, I did. True story. If you don't love your mirror, dude, I fucking struggled a long time with my own mirror. I spent $1,000 on therapy. Visa loved me because I didn't love my own mirror for a long time in my life. I looked at my mirror, didn't like it. I didn't like what I saw inside of that mirror. I didn't like the husky guy in that mirror. So guys, look in the mirror. Because your real competition is in your mirror. Jake Thompson says your competition isn't your coworker, neighborhood, or even some shredded influencer. No, it's you from yesterday. Yes. The only scorecard that matters is your growth, your presence, your discipline. Jake challenges us to track patience, intention, and presence like they're PRs. PRs, personal records. Because if you're not improving on the you from yesterday, you're just fucking coasting. That's a great take. But at the same time, let me add this. Comparison is not always a bad thing. Because if you see someone ahead of you, because you hit the fucking snooze button, and you want to get there, you should compare. Yeah, I said should. Yeah, I'm shooting on you. If you fucking slept in because you hit the snooze button, compare yourself. Compare yourself. Kick yourself in the ass. Give yourself some grace. And then say, I got this. And then visualize what you've accomplished. Get up the next day, don't hit the snooze button, and then look behind you at the guys who did. And then ask yourself what you need to do to get there every single day. Then you get after it. And then I got an invitation for you. You can do it here every single day at 7:30 Eastern Time with Kindness Rising. And then at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, Mornings Live with Keith and friends. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. That'll help you get up and get after it. Nation, what's your opinion? you avoid comparing yourself to others completely? Or do you believe in some healthy competition? All right, systems over struggle, mindset over mayhem, legacy over credentials. That was today's Community Corner. If you want your story featured on the show, you know how to do it. Follow us on Substack. Follow us on LinkedIn. Be a member in the Mornings in the Lab. As a matter of fact, right now, Neiman ears up again. Anybody featuring content on the Mornings in the Lab community is going to get precedence over the Substack and LinkedIn community. Yep, tag us. We're always watching you. We're always going to engage with you. And I'm back to global here because I agree with global. YouTube will be the largest media company by revenue in the world, will surpass Disney. Global, I am 1 million gazillion bazillion percent agreeable with you in there. That's why I'm betting and building everything on this platform. It ain't going away. Guys, if you want to build in the world of absolutes, I'd invite you to come build with me here in the lab because I am completely aligned with global. YouTube's just getting started. It's actually quite crazy. Yep, quite crazy. All right, shall we go to the creator spotlights? Should we do that? I got some guy named Zach. I'm going to celebrate. And I got some guy named Sam. We're going to celebrate. So Jimmy, you pick who we're starting with. And let's get after it on the creator spotlight right here in the Community Corner on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Okay, that works.
It's 2013. He's sitting in a doctor's office in Texas. Can't move his arm. A nerve injury ended his athletic career. And over the next year, he gains 30 pounds. He tries everything to reverse it. Low calories, long workouts, strict routines. It works for a while, but then it takes over his life. He burns out, starts binge eating, and reluctantly, he tells himself, maybe this is just how things will be from now. But in 2017, he moves back home to Hawaii, starts walking, soaking up the sun, eating real food, enjoying the outdoors. Today, he helps busy men lose fat without burnout through sustainable habits. Mornings in the Lab is excited to celebrate Zach Rosanova, lifestyle coach and founder of Core Elements, where he helps men get results without sacrificing their health, family, or career.
All right. Yeah. Zach Rosanova. He works with men who have tried everything from cutting calories and doing more cardio to chasing quick wins. With those who are tired of ending up right back where they started, burned out, frustrated, and stuck, Zach knows that cycle because he lived it. Fuck, haven't we all? Oh man, I've lived that cycle too. Oh yeah. Yeah. Cut calories, do more cardio, chase that quick win, just let it all evaporate. Racing towards the weekend, racing towards an event. Well, Zach knows that cycle because he's lived it too. Fuck, have we all? I bet you have B-Drive. I bet you have too, Global. I know you have as well, Holroyd. You're like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna eat good. Then you fall off the wagon. I've done it too often. I've done it too fucking often. Zach is helping not with strict rules or shame-based programs, but with simple habits that actually fit their lives. If you want to get your energy back, if you want to feel good in your bodies again, you want to put your pants on and feel good and show up for the people who matter most, this dude is worth the follow. So Zach, I'm calling on you. Love to have you on the show. Zach Rosanova, love to have you on the show, brother. Why? So we can celebrate somebody in your community. So we can give you the creator spotlight and shine it on somebody in your world on the next Community Corner on the creator spotlight. On Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends right here at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Zach Rosanova. All right, Jimmy, let's go to the Substacker and celebrate the next one.
What happens when a former athlete skips the agency jargon and writes marketing lessons to his younger self? You get real-world insights written like a conversation, not a campaign. This guy doesn't just do marketing. He breaks it down weekly with hand-drawn doodles, practical takeaways, and no fluff. From optimizing late-stage campaigns to spotting early-stage mistakes, he helps B2B teams connect the dots and actually grow. Mornings in the Lab is excited to celebrate Sam Cunley, a former soccer kid turned VP of marketing and the creator of Sam's Marketing Meditations, a weekly newsletter packed with hard-earned lessons. If you're in B2B and tired of recycled advice, this is the guy you want in your corner.
Global. Yeah, YouTube sold for $650 million in 2006. You know what's funny, Global, is I saw a good piece from the owners. Could you imagine if they still owned it today, then sold it? Yeah. They only split so Global at the time, Hurley and the other guy, they only split $650 million only. Only Global. That's it. Baby. Today's value, $550 billion. Dude. Oh, B Drive swarm on, just caught a queen in a cage. Woo, 3 times already. Oh, I love that. Bernard, let's see the video, man. Pop it up there. Maybe our guest from yesterday's show would like to see that as well. Okay, right. We're on the Creator Spotlight. Thanks for the reminder, Jimmy. Jimmy, by the way, we're looking for some lifestyle tips for our brother, John Anderson. His folder is empty. I just got a text. Johnny forgot that I was on the show. He's like, I'm gone now, so I guess it doesn't matter. Hey, Holroyd, John is like, I'm done now, so the show's over. No, it's not, Anderson. The community is still here. You know what's awesome, guys? We got to work on getting Anderson into the community on a daily basis. So Jimmy Anderson's texting us, telling us I need lifestyle content in the drive. So we're going to get after that. All right, let's get to the... Jimmy's like, what about the fucking Creator Spotlight? Yes. I don't even know how to say this last guy's name now because you guys already said it for me. Sam Colney thinks like a builder. Hey, did you guys hear the story about Builder AI? There's a fucking platform called Builder AI. Big AI company that wasn't an AI company. Yeah, raised hundreds of billions of dollars. And then everybody realized there was actually a bunch of humans sitting in Greece and Kenya and making these apps that actually weren't built by AI. Yeah, true story. Anyways, just the squirrel. Just one of the letters getting in the way right now. Jimmy's like, how do I cut this content for Creator Spotlight if Keach is not going to talk about it? That's a good question, actually. Yeah, good fucking question. But Sam Colney thinks like a builder. Oh, hold on. There's a squirrel over here. There's a clip for later. Sam Colney thinks like a builder, not Builder IA. No, that's the company that was going out of business. Not a content machine, not a playbook partner, just someone who's in it, solving real problems in real time when stepping back to ask. What's he asking? What just happened here on this segment? Melissa's asking. You guys all want to know. Hey, community, say hi to Melissa for me. This show doesn't exist without Melissa. True story. So, to all everybody out there in the community, let's show some love to our wonderful colleague, Melissa Neiman, who hangs out with us every single day and puts up with her patience with Uncle Keith over here. So, but anyways, Colney writes to understand his own thinking. This is going to be a fun segment to cut up. Jimmy's like, Keith, I got no time to do anything else today because I spent the whole fucking day trying to cut up that Creator Spotlight segment that you just messed up because every time you had a sentence, you just went off on something else because the fucking squirrels. It's all because the show started off backwards. I think that's what it was. I turned it on and there's nothing. The camera was there, but there's nothing else there. But fuck. Colney writes to understand his own thinking. Hey, Colney, why don't you come on my show, man? Keep me focused. And that honesty is what pulls people in. I think it's what pulls people in towards me. It's my honesty. Yeah, I'm not polished. No, I'm just real. Yeah, I'm just fucking stumbling all the way here on the show. And then Colney makes you feel like you're just working alongside him, not watching from the outside. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just like what's happening here on the show right now here today. Go check out his work on Substack, Sam Colney. Hey, Sam, I invite you to the show, man. Come hang out with me sometime. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, X, and Substack. All right, Jimmy. I think it's time to get the hell out of here. We are officially into overtime. My bladder's starting to call. And yeah. I've just seen some comments from my team over here. We're going to try to figure this out. All right. So, hey, community, what's going on here, guys? I'm going to get out of here. We guys will be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, where? Right here, 8 o'clock Eastern time. YouTube, LinkedIn, NX. What do we call it? We call it a show called... No, not that button. Oh, I got to get my buttons fit. We call it Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We get after it every single day right here on the big channel, YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. You guys remember the theme of today's show? Community. So I hope to see you guys in the community so that we can be active, be engaged, create conversation, create dialogue. And remember yesterday's show, guys, perfection, not progress. So nothing's going to be perfect today with the YouTube community and what we're doing there. Jimmy, what are we talking about tomorrow, Jimmy? Yeah. We are talking about tomorrow. Guys, tomorrow we have on the show Tom Marino. Hey, you guys remember Adam Hurd? Adam was here a couple weeks ago. Well, Adam's partner, Tom Marino, is going to join us tomorrow on the show. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. And tomorrow's other Jim, what's the topic tomorrow? What's the main theme for tomorrow's show, or Jimmy? The ultimate guide to facing rejection. Oh, yes. Business world, relationship world. How do you face rejection, guys? Holroyd, Global, B-Drive. How do you face rejection? Think about it. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. The ultimate guide to facing rejection. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Mornings in the lab. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Jimmy, get me out of here.